Now we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, if we refer to our analysis, when the price was here, we mentioned we want the price to break this low. Then from there, we look for buy. We had the buy setup here, but as we can see, the way was correcting, moving, it was very corrective. That's why when the price was with exactly here, we mentioned if we want to look for trade setup, we need to get the proper trade setup. And I mentioned anyone is in the trade from here, they have to start to manage. Actually, there was a possibility to look for trade from here, but I didn't have an update on that. And if we move to 15 minutes, this is, we can see what we have been looking for. All right. This is the only way we could look for trade. All right. Anyway, anyone is in the trade from within this move, no, they should at least move their stop loss to break even if they want to keep the trade. Because if you move to 1 hour chart, as we can see, the price almost broke the previous top and start to continue. From now, if we get any flag, we can look for trade, but because similar to what I draw here, but we can look for, I mean, we consider as a short-term trade. That means as long as we get into the profit, we start to manage because we're looking for the breakout and continuation. Okay, and if we move to daily chart, you want to see what we have. Okay, as you can see, based on daily chart, this is what we're looking for. We want to see whether the price can continue or not. The only thing is we need to be quite careful. If anyone in the trade, as I mentioned, move their stop loss to break even, because as we can see, right now the only thing is the price broke, but we want to see whether it can continue or not. If cannot, then the next down move can be quite sharp, because we can have this internally as a correction for one more drop. That means this one can turn to a more complex correction. Okay, by the way, the only thing is right now we can say anyone is in the trade. If they want to keep, move their stop loss for break even. If we see the continuation, then from there, as I mentioned, based on 1 hour chart, if you want to look for trade, we can look for any small correction of like, because as we can see here, that's why this one was a trade setup to look for buy, because if we put this one in relative to this, we have been within this running flat with the first, and this is the last. Okay, by the way, right now we cannot buy. The only thing is we want to get the continuation, any correction, a small flag, we can look for buy. I don't think we can get the big trade correction here, unless the only things we can look for either flag for continuation or reversal. And the only times if we get any sharp move down with a flag, this is where we should take out all the trades we have it. By the way, we don't have any trade set up for continuation, and in this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, uh, I will share. Thanks.